Ah. Welcome to the Reinventing the Tattoo community. This is actually this is a Tattoo Now show with Veronica from Ivana Tattoo Art, ITA, out in California. She's got an amazing story, and as opposed to what I'm usually doing and passing off the interview to somebody, I'm wicked excited to be doing some interviews again. And she's got an amazing story. She'll be coming over to Brussels with us, but we'll talk about all of that. First, I want to run through our introduction so that you know all about all the upcoming events, know who's sponsoring these shows, making them for free, and if you are interested in professional development, how you could support the whole Reinventing the Tattoo community. Okay, so you might be beaming in from, let's see, YouTube. We have it going out. I think it actually is going out on YouTube. Let's see here. Yep, it's going out on YouTube. We're going out on Facebook. I'm doing the hosting and the teching. It's everyone here at Reinventing is getting pretty awesome at doing all the things. But yeah, it looks like we are going out on the Facebooks. And then you might be beaming in from a replay on the Reinventing the Tattoo podcast. Again, there's a couple different places that you might be catching this, but you can always get the latest and greatest event schedule and information on how to beam in to the live shows at community.reinventingthetattoo.com, or you could download the app at either of the app stores, Google or the Apple Store, and yeah, then you could do a search for Reinventing the Tattoo, give it a download. Please send all your positive reviews to all those sections in the podcast, because obviously, or maybe not so obviously, but the algorithms, they all like the positive reviews, and it's good for other people to read them. Please send us your constructive criticism, management at reinventingthetattoo.com, or show ideas, whatever. But yeah, anyways, so that's our ask for the for that stuff. I'd like to send you over to a new domain. It's called Reinventing247.com. And we talk about all these live shows that we keep doing. And what I'd like to do is, you know, if you go to the library, you will see all of the, the replays, and you can figure it all out. But if you're kind of not sure which one to check out, what you can do is you can go to Reinventing247.com. Google Chrome, I think this is it. I don't want to go to the wrong one. Oh, here we go. Boom. Is this showing the right thing, I hope? No. What am I showing? I don't even know what I'm showing. Oh, man, this is horrible. Let's see. Reinventing247.com. Share screen. Here we go. Okay. And you'll see here that at any given time, we have 4 shows playing, 4 replays. In this case, there's a Reinventing Tattoo Design with Russ Abbott. Oh shit, this guy's so sick. Let's see, oh, I want to know the information here. Reinventing Brett, oh, motherfuck. Anyways, that's horrible on the replay. I'll try to fix it. It's an awesome Reinventing Tattoo Design with Russ Abbott. We've got a Reinventing Drawing Group with Jason Leeser from a Sunday afternoon. These are long-form shows where artists are encouraged to join in and do their art homework at the same times. We've got the Tattoo Collecting Podcast number 32, and on the Global Channel in Spanish, we've got Hablamos de Arte con Bruno. I'm not even trying to pronounce the last name. I'm sorry. But it's pretty awesome, and yeah, this goes on, and you can check out all of the different things that are playing as replays. So if you're not quite exactly sure which one to do, you can. Now, the other thing here is the Reinventing the Tattoo sample pack. If you fill out your shop address and a couple of questions, then we will send you a soon-to-be famous Reinventing the Tattoo sample pack. It includes Cheyenne cartridges. It includes raw pigment samples. It includes the next run, I think of 15, will include T-shirts from Ricardo's, who's a Reinventing streamer. Let's see, we've got stickers for Reinventing. It's and more stuff coming from more sponsors. So if you go to Reinventing247.com, then you can get not only the sample packs full of awesome stuff, but also check out all of the replays. And then from there, you can figure out all the different shows that you might want to check out. These weekly shows are, and get ready, I'm going to take a quick sip of my tea here. Now's a great time. Please click the like button, share it around a little bit. If you know anybody that's into cosmetic tattooing or awesome stories about tattoo collecting, helping us become our best selves, again, now's a good time to share it around. Okay, so weekly shows that we have Sundays at 1 p.m. This is all in Eastern Standard Time. Is a Reinventing drawing group with Jason Leeser. It happens Sundays at 1 o'clock. Let's see, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern on Sundays is the Tattoo Weekly. So this is Lauren, who's streaming out frequently. Jake Meeks from the Fireside Tattoo Network, also streaming out frequently. And then I will be hosting a weekly wrap-up of the highlights of the last week's events from the 3 different people's different projects, and then talk about all of the upcoming stuff. And then we'll do some live interviews. It'll be good. That's every Sunday, 9 o'clock p.m. Mondays, bright and early, 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard. We've got a Reinventing drawing group with Jake Meeks of the Fireside Tattoo Network. It's always pretty popular. We also restream out on his channel there at the same time. And yeah, like I said, people beam in from all around the world to do their tattoo homework. It's awesome. Every Monday at 9 p.m., we have subscribers exercises with Guy Aitchison. So this is a for-pay exercise. You need to be part of the subscribers. It's $2.99 a year, I believe, which is less than $1 a day. Not only it's got an amazing canon, a tremendous amount of videos and written information or typed out information now, but it also includes these Monday night exercises every Monday at 9 o'clock with Guy Aitchison. And yeah, I can't believe he spends every Mondays with people. At some point, he's got to cut back. But for now, it is worth it for you to sign up. And every 9 o'clock p.m. on Mondays, do the subscriber exercises with Guy Aitchison. Let's see, Tuesdays at 10 a.m., we've got another drawing group with Ricardo. He has materials lists together, and he's got a pretty good curriculum that he's got going. That's Tuesdays at 10 a.m. These are all Eastern, and they happen every week. These are amazing weekly shows. Wednesdays at 12 noon, the Tattoo Now show. Hey, that's this show. That's means that instead of passing this off to all those other amazing hosts, I'll be doing some interviewing myself. Often, I don't tattoo, so often talking about all of the philosophical, heady parts of tattooing, as well as the businessy promotional things. Okay, so we've got Thursdays at 12 noon, the Tattoo Collecting Podcast. Jordan Rookus and Fawn Baker are interviewing tattoo collectors. These are people that are getting tattoo, sleeves and back pieces. It's amazing for both tattooers, but as other collectors, as well as just people that are curious about tattoos to learn about tattoo collecting from people that have already gone through a lot of the mistakes. So it's pretty awesome to hear from listeners who are avoiding the laser. Avoid the laser. Don't avoid it. If you got shitty tattoos, laser it off, get awesome tattoos. But you could take a lot of people's advice and avoid the laser. Yeah, it's great. And then let's see, 7 o'clock on Thursday, 7 p.m. on Thursdays, we have another subscribers exercise with Kire. This is a fundamentals exercise. So all skill levels are encouraged to join in, and apprentices and apprentice level people, apprentice wannabes, no, apprentice hopefuls, they are all encouraged to join that subscriber exercise. So let's see, I just want to hammer through our real world events and our sponsors that make this happen. October 3rd to the 6th is the Paradise BYOB at Jiminy Peak Mountain Resort. This is like an old school kind of party. We're still coming out of the pandemic, so basically if you can get there, then you could set up artwork and teach. We've got art spaces for rent. We'll probably do some tattooing, but again, it's mostly art spaces like an art retreat. Let's see, I'm describing it as more tattooing than at an art retreat, but less tattooing and more art retreating than at a tattoo gathering. Again, we're basically coming out of the pandemic. We've got Jiminy Peak. We're carving it up as we speak. It's got a pretty awesome lineup coming. And I have, if I'm going to bed early, I'm waking up wicked early because I'm working on this every day. So it's October 3rd to the 6th, 2021, the Paradise BYOB. It'll be the .com soon enough. Just mark your calendars. It is actually a Sunday to Wednesday, believe it or not, because that's Tattooers' days off. So there we go. Let's see, November 12th to the 14th is the Brussels Tattoo Convention. Nick Baxter, Ivana Tattoo Art, and I will be doing seminars, pretty much care of the convention promoter. There'll be like a €25 registration fee just to make sure that everyone that registers in advance actually shows up. But yeah, so that's, of all the seminars are usually way more. But thanks to Kim from the Brussels Tattoo Convention for helping keep that affordable for everybody. And also Veronica will be doing a seminar on cosmetic tattooing. We'll be doing paint jams. There's a whole mess of reinventing artists. Many of your favorite reinventing streamers, I guess we'll start to say, will be coming over with us and setting up and doing collaborative drawings. We are going to have a blast getting to meet all of our new reinventing friends as well as all of our old ones. Not old in age, not old in spirit. Some of them are old in age. Everyone's old in age and spirits. Anyways, point being, we have more stuff coming up. Let's see, 2022, May 20th to the 22nd is the Hell City Columbus show. July 8th to the 10th, 2022 is the Rock River Tattoo Art Expo, tattooartexpo.com. July 29th to the 31st, 2022, Rubber City Tattoo Invitational in Akron, Ohio, with Tony Urbanic producing. Lastly, the October 20th to the 23rd, the Paradise Tattoo Gathering will be, and it's full Paradise Tattoo Gathering effect at Jiminy Peak, Thursday to Sunday, the show that everyone remembers, only improved a little bit. Okay, sponsors, worldtattooevents.com, the most largest comprehensive source for tattoo events that exists. I know I tried to copy it 10 years ago. After 3 days, I was like, there's no way. I'll just point people to him. Alex is awesome. He's doing interviews. You can check him out on the channel. inkjetstencils.com is awesome. They set it up so that you can do your reference on your iPads or your printers, and then you print it out, from an eco-friendly Epson printer. They sell the inks, they sell the paper. inkjetstencils.com. There are videos of artists that explain how to use the computers and the iPads to do the reference, as well as interviews about how awesome it works. It's working for large tattoo shops hammering out Flash, as well as custom tattooers who are doing fucking, Andre Malcolm's printing out back pieces and sleeves in one shot. Inkjetstencils.com. Rawpigments.co is acrylic-free pigments, so they don't dry out in the cup. They are vegan-friendly, not vegan-free, vegan-friendly. I made that mistake twice. Now I've joked about it way more than I've made the mistake, I guess. Anyways, you want to check it out. They're getting their inks, their pigments straight from the source, rawpigments.co. You can get their samples in those goodie bags at reinventing247.com. Tattoonnow.com, that's me. I'm the computer geek. Now that Reinventing is in order, I'm fixing up a lot of Tattoo Now websites that are ancient because we've been doing it 25 years. Some of these websites are over 10 years old. So I'm taking care of our website clients. And if you're one of them that wants to be taken care of, contact me sooner rather than later. Because we are also taking on new clients. We're also doing search engine optimization hours, as well as CRM, client relationship management, all that kind of computer geeky stuff, tattoonnow.com. And then lastly, the founder and inspiration of Reinventing the Tattoo, Guy Aitchison. He is the reason why this is all happening, guyaitchison.com. He has the Biomech encyclopedias for sale, 8 years of his life gone into, not all of it, but a lot of it, into making one of the most amazing resources for the bio art genre, transcending tattooing. I think Giger's in it, Bernansky, it's out of control. Anyways, guyaitchison.com. And, okay, presuming this is still working, I need to hop in the background here. Like I said, please positive reviews out in the public channels, constructive criticisms to management at reinventingthetattoo.com. If you would like to sponsor the show or bring Reinventing to your convention or studio, then we could do that. I think I just asked Veronica to unmute. Okay.
Hi, Gabe.
Veronica, thank you so much for bearing with that long intro. I'm very excited to catch up with you. Well, first to kind of through the videos, but then to actually get over to Brussels in person. Wow. Anyways,
yes,
thanks again.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. And so, well, how is it? You're based out in Los Angeles, and first, let's talk a little bit about what's going on now. Then we'll talk a little bit about Brussels, but then we'll go into your backstory, because obviously you have a long story to tell about worldwide kind of events, as well as how tattooing has affected it. But for people that are just kind of tuning in and are wondering who you are, let's talk a little bit about what you're doing right now, in Los Angeles. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, first of all. In LA, I am a permanent cosmetic and medical tattooing professional. I started this journey about 6 years ago. I was really bored with my life, and I was kind of making the same repeated mistakes over and over. So I needed to find something that was going to scare the shit out of me, literally. So tattooing somebody's eye really scared me. And it started out as something that was supposed to just kind of keep me entertained, and it turned into a passion. So after going to school and working at it for a couple months, I opened the first permanent cosmetic and medical tattooing studio in Long Beach, California.
And you were going straight for the eyes. That is
Straight for the
pretty
eyes.
amazing. It's the dance that the cosmetic tattooing and custom artistic tattooing play are. It's interesting because they are the same act, but they're drastically different.
Absolutely.
But they the effect. Again, I've thought about it before, but when you were saying it like that, it was it amazes me how much courage it must have to really go after it. So you opened up the first, it was like 6 years ago, and it was the first cosmetic tattooing in LA. Awesome, that's amazing.
Yeah,
how
was
did that
still
come
a
about?
very gray line back then. The city didn't really know what to do with this kind of art. So it was kind of in a gray line. So yeah, I was the first one to be legal.
Awesome. And now you're also teaching classes in cosmetic tattooing, and and one of the reasons why we wanted to bring you on, and we don't need to go into it into depth, but let's tease a little bit about how you're teaching and what you're doing over in Brussels, and then and then we can reach into the stories of how tattooing has affected us all.
I decided to start teaching because I felt that there was a lot of need for it, especially in this industry. So I started teaching 2.5 years ago, one-on-one classes. And last year I joined Ivana Tattoo Art and rebranded into ITA Allure. And that just took me over to another side of tattooing, and the demand was great. And we just started taking on more students.
Awesome. And how many people have you taught so far? Like, what kind of class sizes do you have?
The class sizes vary. I like to keep them very intimate because it's such an intimate procedure, and the class sizes vary. So maybe about 50, 60 students.
Cool. And how many per class? And are you actually doing cosmetic tattooing during these classes?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
So that the only way that I feel comfortable having them be certified is if they actually tattoo skin and actually tattoo lips and eyes and brows and areolas and scars. So they do have a bunch of models, and we do hands-on training.
That's awesome. And cool. And so you'll be doing this. Well, let's not talk about. Well, I'm showing off some of these pictures here. Can you see them?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to talk about maybe some of the clients and maybe some of their motivations about why they want to have this type of tattooing, and then maybe obviously it's got some pretty awesome effects. Let us know how people are transformed afterwards.
Sure, it does. The reasons for having this done varies from the youngest to the oldest. My oldest was 98 years old about a month ago, and I asked every single one of them, why do they want permanent cosmetics? And the answers are from saving time to looking great. And the 98-year-old said she just wanted to feel good about herself. So it helps from every age group. I don't tattoo very young. I start off at maybe 21, 22, and then go up until whenever they want it.
Awesome. Yeah, cool. So let's go back. It sounds like it was a rough ride. I mean, everyone, we all kind of just like land in random spots, and but it's obviously a part of who you are. So, I don't know how to ask, but why don't you just go like right back to some of the ways that you grew up, and then with a special eye on how tattooing has helped in both either negative or and obviously very positive manners.
You know what? I feel like tattooing saved me. It saved my life. It's kept me on such a great path, a positive lifestyle. But we all have reinventing stories. I think in life, that's just the way life should be. And my life started off in Mexico. I was born in Mexico into a life of extreme poverty. And at the age of 6, I was essentially kidnapped and smuggled into America. And I
Jeez.
had a very rough life when that happened. And at a young age, in my teenage years, I got into drugs and I got addicted. I got very heavily addicted to crystal meth. And in
Mm.
my 30s, I ended up hitting rock bottom, living in my car and just kind of just like mind fucked, if you can
Yeah, it
say.
sounds
Can
like
I cuss
a
on
pretty
the
rough ride
show?
to start off, huh?
Yeah, it
I
was
mean, it's
really rough. It
yeah.
was really
And
rough for me.
now is that like uncommon? I mean, I guess it's horrifyingly too common. I guess, but like, is that an uncommon story, or were you like one of many, kids that came across, in that method, or?
You know what? I don't know. Possibly, yeah. I believe so. A lot of people from Mexico do have to come here illegally because it's not an easy way to enter America. So I feel that it is common for a lot of people to come to America illegally.
Yeah, we got to figure out some sort of better ways to figure this out. Obviously, I mean, luckily, or fortunately, you did make it through to the positive mindset.
Right.
How did that happen? Like, so let me back off and let you continue your story, because.
You know, I just got tired, Gabe. I got tired. I was suffering from schizophrenia, and honestly, I always wanted a better life. You always want to live a positive life. And I learned that my addiction was actually a bad habit. It wasn't an addiction and it didn't define me. And when I heard that, I was like, oh, wow, okay. So if it doesn't define me, then I can change it. And from there, I picked up some tools along the way, and when I found tattooing, it just completely took me to another level.
Yeah, one of the amazing parts of tattooing is that of how enabling it is. It's it doesn't. I mean, obviously, it takes a lot of skill to do it great, right? But the actual barriers to entry are low enough that, again, it's kind of one of these things that's accessible to nearly everybody. That not everybody. Again, like, I don't mean to say obviously like, technically anybody can tattoo. You can figure out how to
Technically,
poke
yes,
holes and leave a mark,
absolutely.
and
You know, I went from dropping out of school to having very successful corporate jobs. From there, I went from having a great job working for the city, being the mayor's assistant, to living in a car. So I think the reinventing wheel just kept moving for me. You know, it just kept moving, and I feel like I never gave up. But when I found tattooing, I feel like it just was something that I have a passion for.
why? What do you think? Like, what? So why? Right? So obviously, it hits a lot of us. But for different reasons. Some are attracted to the permanence. Some, more conjuring energies. Through literally into your body, and through your, so for some people it's like memories, and some people it's like for the future.
Mhm.
What was it about the tattooing that sparked your passion?
I think at first it was because it scared me. And then I'm the kind of person that I need to be doing something that scares me every day to stay motivated. And at first, like I said earlier, that's what it was. And then I started developing a love for it, and a love for my clients, and repeat business just kept coming, and my business just kept blowing up. And through manifestation, the power of manifestation, which Ivana and I believe in greatly, and we teach in our classes, and staying healthy and being able to carry that into my clients, I created a great business.
Yeah, I mean, there's it's it's one of those not arguments, but the discussions of of like karma, right? Or if you put out good into the world, like you get good back. But then there's a lot of people that'll point right out that plenty of shitty things will happen to people who are just putting out good, and likewise. And but for me, it's just time and time again. Just because nature might squash some things through its chaotic nature, doesn't negate the fact that what you try to manifest is what you're going to see, what you're going to catch on to, the types of people you're going to attract. I love the fact that Ivana and you talk about it so much inside of the tattoo world. Is there's a couple other people that are of similar mindsets. I remember talking to Aaron Deladova or listening to one of Aaron Deladova's interviews, you know, and he's straight up, you know, it's about love, you know, and, you know, tattooing's about love. And I was like, we're on a tattoo podcast. Like, can you say that? I mean, obviously you could say that, you know, but, you know, but I guess, so I'm not sure where I'm going with this, but, you
Well,
know, so
love
tattooing
is
is amazing.
everything. Love is everything, and I agree with that part. But we do talk about the power manifestation and creating a positive lifestyle in tattooing, because we're also, me personally, I'm trying to erase the stigmas that come along with tattooing, because for me, I never really knew about the tattoo world. I never knew about the permanent cosmetic world. And when I got into it, in my culture, we talk about tattoos like they're taboo, like especially for women, you can't get a tattoo, or if you have tattoos, it means that you're, you know, a prostitute or a drug addict or what have you. So for me, it's mostly about erasing the stigmas and bringing a positive lifestyle into the world of tattooing. For somebody like me, it's very important. Another important thing that I wanted to mention is that we talk about it so much too, but in life, yeah, you keep getting knocked down. People can say, oh, I kept getting knocked down. I'm a living example that you do get knocked down time and time again. You do get knocked down, but along the way, I learned not to add things up. Don't add it up. So you got knocked down, so that was one. Get up. You got knocked down again. That's one. Don't add it up. Otherwise, it just becomes too much of a burden to pick up all the times that you got knocked down and carry them with you. If you just pick that one time up, it's just a light load. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. And you know me. I've you know gotten knocked around a couple times and made some really horrible missteps. You know, for me, what I've was able to fall back on is for years I taught about mission and values. You know, and it was kind of weird. One of the last people that I was interviewing before the tattoo shops exploded. There was a manager who was like, I can't stand mission and values based companies. And I was like, wait, I've been like spending the last 6 years like refining my mission and values, so that, and making it clear. So I was attracting people that were, attracted specifically to this, not to the effects of what I was producing, but to the same mission and values. And so here's somebody that I'm interviewing saying I can't stand mission and values, and I realized when I dug in a little bit more, so many people just say a bunch of stuff, but they don't necessarily live it or believe it. And when I was going through the crazy chaos and the insanity, it was because I was talking about this mission. I'm like, what do I do? My mission is to amplify positive artists. That isn't everybody. Clearly, it's a specific set of people. That changes over time. What my values are: evolution, endurance, and enlightenment. So if I focus on learning more things through enlightenment, evolving and changing the way I do things, and then enduring long periods of discomfort, that's how I've gotten to through the stuff to amplify positive artists. It's
very nice. Very nice. But there's no judgment either. If there's for me, I believe that the art covers all aspects. So there might be artists that do need to go in a different direction because it comes out through their art, and their art is still beautiful. It could be the most demonic piece of art, and it's still beautiful because it shows the state that they were in or whatever. It's just, to me, it's just art.
Yeah. So this is you're a perfect, everyone's a perfect person to ask these questions to, I guess, but you're a fantastic person to ask. How do you feel about separating the personality of artists from the art? And it's hard to tell what's true. Obviously the media has always been sensationalistic, but obviously there's also some artists that have been, have done some freaky things, but have still created some amazing art that touches people. Like, how do you feel about the balance of enjoying art, but knowing, an artist's backstory or an artist's, negative qualities that, that may even change over time?
I think that everything that makes you human is part of your art story. I don't think that, for me personally, I don't judge anybody's life or what made them who they are. It's just art in itself is life to me. People's story is art. People's struggles are art. We wouldn't be able to have art if we didn't have different upbringings, or if we didn't have mess ups, or if we didn't hit rock bottom. I think that's what makes life and art more colorful. People that have stories.
Yeah, and there's plenty of colorful stories like that in tattooing,
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I don't know the proper way to like lead into this line of questioning, but certainly in the tattoo world, and clearly the way that were brought online into the world, like how do you fight the misogynist nature, that really clearly can be exceptionally oppressive and taking advantage of actual people. You still have a positive attitude. I mean, I clearly it's the positive attitude, but how would you like try to help other people get that positive attitude if they're going through real heavy shit, or are really truly being oppressed in a violent manner?
I understand the question. All of our oppressions are relative. And what I mean by that is that you can be oppressed by the fact that you didn't get a warm meal on a first class flight, or you can be oppressed by poverty or sexual abuse or what have you. I think it's all relative, and it's important for us to be kind to one another. How it affects me, it goes like this. Nothing can oppress me anymore. Nothing can bother me anymore. I've really been through so much that it really doesn't bother me. And I don't really care about the people's opinions of what I'm doing or what I'm not doing, as long as I wake up every day with purpose. And my purpose is to create art and make others feel better about themselves through my art, and remain true to myself.
Yeah, that's awesome. And now you have been able to experience, some pretty amazing experiences, and I mean, obviously living, what I believe, is one life here. It can't be anything but inspiring to people from all around that, that see this, and like again, a lot of what we see on the social media is obviously is bullshit, or like
Absolutely.
really select things. But I've hung out with Ivana days in a row, and been to conventions where they're like it seems like it's a pretty authentic story that you're all telling and living in. One of the
Yeah,
things
she's been a great influence on me too, Gabe. I'm very blessed to have met her. She's the first woman that I've ever been with. But I really fell in love with her energy, and from the time I met her, my life has really changed because of her positive influence, and it's authentic, and that's what I like. I like being surrounded by authentic people that are doing better than me in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and one of the things, obviously, she's asked about the celebrities a lot, and just she knows, and I believed her 100%. She's like, everyone is a celebrity, and again, I've seen her treat everybody. I haven't seen her with a celebrity, with the rock star type people or the hip hop star type people, but again, knowing who she is, I believe 100% it's awesome, and she still takes clients and whatnot. So, what are some of the travel experiences that you've had, with ITA, and that you would want to share with people, because obviously some of them are pretty awesome.
Yeah, they've been awesome. The reason I joined her luxury tattoo brand is because I always wanted to belong to a bigger brand. I feel that power comes with numbers of people that have a collective mindset, and I couldn't find that in the field that I'm in. It was just a little bit it was very hard to deal with a lot of people because of sometimes the cattiness that exists, or the power hungriness that exists. And when she offered to join my art with her luxury tattoo brand, it was just fantastic, because my industry does kind of go along with the tattoo industry. So we took over. 2018, we went all over the world. We went to India, we went to Colombia, Mexico, Iceland, Scandinavia, Europe, Turks and Caicos, you name it. We were everywhere, and working together and alongside her, and teaching, and just writing, and it was fantastic. It's been a great business move for me, and I've enjoyed it.
Awesome. Yeah, one of the things I love about tattooing is the traveling. I
Love it.
there's a lot of people that sorry, I'm looking up there's somebody on the YouTube says, Jogus, wow, Veronica, what an inspiration from where you were to where you are now. Incredible.
Thank you.
Sorry, but oh no,
My
now I
intention
forgot
is,
what I was talking about.
you were talking about traveling and the tattoo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so a lot of people will say, Gabe, you're so lucky that you travel so much. I wish I could. I'm like, when I was 17, I was on an airplane hitchhiking through, over to Europe. Like, travel doesn't have to be this crazy, extravagant, thing. It's nice when it is, but on the other hand, it's just the experiences that you can get are pretty amazing, and you just need to kind of know where to go. So so obviously you're heading over to Brussels in November, presuming
Yes, thank
that,
you for that.
oh, of course. And thank you to Kim he's the producer. Kim is, it will be a pretty fun little reinventing event over there inside of it. But do you have any other travel that you have planned coming up, or?
Well, we just got back from Hawaii
Awesome.
2 days ago. That's why I'm a little darker.
Did you do business there, or was that all vacay?
We had to take. I personally had to take a little bit of time in the sun. Ivana worked, and
Awesome.
we have Alaska coming up. We have
Alaska.
Las Vegas. Ivana is going to be doing a show with one of her sponsors, Intense. So we
Yeah.
have that coming up, and
Coalition show.
Miami will be in Miami, working Miami, Inked Miami, all of the month of August. So we're excited about that, and glad to be hosted there.
Awesome. Yeah, that's they have a great thing going on at the Inks. Now they're doing the conventions too. Now, do you set up at tattoo conventions, or is there cosmetic surgery conventions, or?
I haven't done the permanent cosmetic conventions, but I have done the tattoo conventions. We were in Canada together, and Colombia, Mexico, Europe. We've done Europe together, and I find those very interesting. But we'll see how this year rolls out. We're excited to do Brussels for now.
It's very fun. I remember I was there a couple of years ago, and I spent a fair amount of time with Conrad from Cheyenne. Rest in peace. I'll have a drink for him later. He was one of those really good guys that one of the non-tattooers that was able to like navigate the tattoo world, with authenticity. But yeah, Brussels, obviously, Europe is just so awesome, and pretty excited. Did you ever get back down to South America, or?
We haven't, but we have Amazon on our horizon here, the Amazon rainforest, and we want to go to Peru. I think we're gonna go to Galapagos, but we'll see. We'll see how the whole COVID situation continues.
Yeah, no, it's obviously all the travel is now relatively tentative, but feels like you get vaccinated and keep the precautions. Things are gonna open up a little bit. So maybe for the last theme or the last set of questions, and again, they're heavy topics. So I always get a little. That's when I get when I start.
Don't worry about how you ask me. You can just shoot.
Well, so it seems like you've gone through some times in your life where you were actually like looking at death, right? Some illnesses that and I'm not exactly sure. Maybe it seems like the doctors may have even said, this is, you're going into pretty slim chances here.
Right.
That obviously will very clearly affect how you feel about time, and lifetimes and experiences. Could you talk let's maybe close out with a little bit of how that affected you and what lessons you've learned from those experiences?
Gabe, I have every reason in the world to be dead, homeless, on the street, addicted, everything else. I have every reason to do that. But I feel that everybody can do it. If I can do it, if I was able to reinvent myself, and this is why I really like the name of your program, it's the reinventing part. We can all reinvent it ourselves. If your ship is sinking, you can jump into another one. It's okay. Who cares what people think? You have one life to live. If it's not going one way, or if it's too hard, you're doing life the wrong way. life doesn't have to be so hard, or it can be easy. If you're doing it wrong, if it's too hard, you're doing it wrong. It's just simple as that. It's like nature. Nature doesn't have to struggle. So everybody can reinvent themselves. Look for advice. There's so much free information on YouTube. If you don't have those role models, or if you don't have the people around you, or even if you don't have the will, pop on YouTube. Type the word that you need to hear that day. There's so much information out there, and if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Oh, sorry, I'm firing up Ivana's or the Ivana Tattoo Art YouTube channel, and
Thank you. That's what we did during COVID. It was really fun to watch that YouTube channel develop.
you know what? I have to do it in a different browser though, otherwise, it's got all of my crazy information all over it. Okay, and then so yeah, so I guess actually probably the best spot to end on, as well as show off the YouTube channel, would be what, like the positive mindset. You know, is there like a good 2 to 3 minute-ish story or essence of you know, the positive mindset talks that you and Ivana are obviously very in tune with and like to.
Absolutely. We wake up, Gabe, every day, first of all, with gratitude. First of all, with gratitude, because we're alive, we're back.
Yeah.
Secondly, we like to manifest. You know, we drink coffee, we like to manifest. Keep that workout in, eat good food, drink your water, stay hydrated. Recently, we're studying a little bit of the water consciousness and how water has memory. So we're now it brings the whole
Water.
protecting planet into our life. Also, treating everybody with kindness. That's what we do every day. Eating healthy, doing what we love to do, and just keeping a clean environment, keeping a clean home, keeping a clean mind.
It's amazing that how simple it is, but like how long it could take to figure out, and how many times, or at least I have to keep figuring it out. Like, you know, to just even like be a positive mindset.
You know
It's so
how easy it's so easy. As long as this is how I do it. I just remain in a gratitude state, and when I'm not, I know right away, because the bitch mode comes out. So
Mhm.
then I'm like, okay, so back to gratitude. I'm grateful for my hand. As I keep just praying for everything and being grateful for whatever I look around at. And also, when I don't, I ask for grace. And when I feel like I'm falling from grace, I know that I'm not in a gratitude state.
Yeah, one of the mantras I thought of was, you know, I'm like, I am actually thoroughly ecstatic to experience the extreme discomfort, right? I mean, we are alive. You know,
We
at
are.
the end of it, you know, we're actually alive, and there's a lot of people that are no longer here with us, and that's it, right? Like, you know, and we
Absolutely.
won't be here to experience the
We
discomfort or
won't.
the whatever it is. Whew.
And maybe our name goes on, maybe your name goes on for how long, you know? And I'm 45. I honestly
Same.
only have maybe like 30 years to live. So when you put it in that into your mind that you only have this time, it kind of just gives you a little bit more motivation to live a good life and do good things. In
Uh,
the way I see it.
Absolutely. And every friend that dies, you know, is another, you know, massive reminder that, you know, it is coming for everybody. So we absolutely owe it to make the most of it ourselves, and then to help enable the other people to do it themselves too. Not, you know,
Yes.
it's, yeah, but awesome. Well, that's
That's
a good way to end it, I think.
Yeah, and that's the reason I
Yeah.
decided to share my story, because our story is gonna end. And whatever we can do during the time that we're alive and we have a voice. I'm currently writing my book, and I just want to get it out there so that it can inspire people.
Awesome. Well, what is the best way for people to get a hold of you, right? So if people have questions or they're feeling inspired, is there you know, what are the good outlets for people to catch up with you in the future?
You know, all of my information is listed on my Instagram. And also, we have an ITA lifestyle website. They can get a hold of me there. I'm pretty much very reachable. I have my phone number there. I have my WhatsApp number there. So if anybody needs help or wants to take a tattoo lesson or just simply wants to talk, they can reach me there.
Oh, so that Instagram is itaallure.com, correct?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, perfect. And then the website is ita-lifestyle.com.
That's right.
And, awesome. Thank you for making the poster. I
Yes,
just
of
saw your
course.
Instagram post. So this is the website. So everyone should absolutely be checking this out. And yeah, awesome. Well, yeah, thank you very much for taking the time. This is, oh, let me get myself back on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm excited. I think I want to catch up with Ivana, to do like a full like walkthrough of a mindset. I don't know if there's meditations or mantras or whatever it might be, but to really kind of dive in, because I know that not only am I interested, and that's how booking happens, but a lot
Absolutely.
of people are interested, and a lot of people in the reinventing community are wicked down. I mean, it's one of the things that attracts people to Guy, and is that he really does want to just work hard to improve himself and other people, or almost the
Thank
other way
you.
around. And
Thank
to your
you.
point with reinventing and being attracted to it, it is an amazing brand, I guess. It is, a story, guys, a spirit. The reinventing spirit really is, motivating. And when we're thinking about the community of people that are able to, communicate and collaborate, the reinventing the tattoo community is pretty sick. It's they are all
Absolutely.
everyone's expecting, to reinvent themselves or to evolve, to change, to get better. It's
Oh,
so.
absolutely. Yeah, thank you for providing this for us. It's great to be a part of it, and I love that reinventing word.
Awesome. Well, that's all, Guy. So it's I'm happy to be a part of it and help with all the technical stuff. And again, so anybody still here, GuyAitchison.com is the founder of Reinventing and who we're talking about. So awesome. Well, thanks again, and let's catch up over the emails. We'll be
Thank you
promoting
so
this
much, Gary.
Brussels show, and we'll talk soon.
Alrighty. Have a good